Would you kill for your kids? Would you kill for your kids? I shot a man for kids that weren't even mine. Literally. You don't want to know the things that I would do for my own. And if, just in case this like ends up on the FYP and you don't know what I'm talking about and you're not one of my followers and haven't seen the video and like going over the paperwork and everything, I literally shot a man for somebody else's kids several years ago. I was volunteering at the DV Resource Center. We were helping a woman move out. He was supposed to be in jail. We had no idea that he got bailed out. We were not properly informed that he got bailed out. This man literally bailed out, immediately broke the restraining order because he got bailed out by his mommy who condoned all of his bullshit. And then he drove straight to his house where we were trying to get her and her kids out. We were packing up. We thought we had all this time because he's supposed to be in jail, right? No, he shows up, he grabs a kitchen knife, and then he's threatening to kill all of his kids and her and saying like, oh, if I can't have him, and then you and nobody can. It was like on his BS, threatening his own kids. I pulled out my legally registered self-defense item. I told him to leave. I gave him multiple warnings. He would not leave. He looked me in the face and said I wouldn't do it. And then I blew his kneecap off. I barely knew those kids, but that man was going after them with a kitchen knife. So I would kill for my kids, your kids, anybody's kids. And I got the police documents to prove it. My followers can tell you about it. Also, my trolls can even tell you about it because they're constantly telling me I'm a monster that overdid it. But no, oh my gosh, I can't believe you shot somebody. You're so horrible. Shut the fuck up. Hot, but super honest take. If you wouldn't kill for your kids, you shouldn't have them. Oh, and just for the people, because I always get this one, people being like, oh, but you didn't actually kill him. Okay, that lethal force was not necessary in that moment. He had a kitchen knife. So yes, he was still a threat, but lethal force was not necessary considering I was using a pew-pew, as we have to call it on here. But I can promise you if lethal force had been necessary, like he'd been holding a pew, I would have taken it without a second thought. I cannot stand, like it makes my skin crawl, seeing the people who are like, oh, but violence is never the answer. Violence is never the answer. Oh my God. Then why do you have kids? Because sometimes that is the situation. And sometimes violence is the only option. And oh, that's another thing is all these people are like, oh, I called the police. We called the cops the second we saw the car come on property. All of this happened, goes down. It was still from the time that him to the time the cop showed up was still another 9 minutes. It took them 17 minutes in total to respond because cops can't just magically teleport wherever you are. If I had not been there and we had waited, the cops would have been coming to put the kids in body bags. And I'm sorry that I'm yelling at you. I know there's some people who are like, why are you yelling at me right now? Okay. But it's frustrating because my whole FYP has been people being like, oh, well, violence is never the answer. Oh, I couldn't do that. You guys are so crazy. You're like complaining about it. Like why do you have kids? If you would not do whatever it takes to take care of and keep your kids safe, then you should not have kids. And I'm going to tell you something right now. If someone were to harm my kids, I'm not going to shoot them. I'm not. I am going to keep them in my basement for as long as possible. I'm going to use my medical training to keep them alive as long as possible through everything that I'm going to do with them. I dated a diagnosed sociopath, aka ASPD, and he had MPD too, who used to torture me. That's how I got into DV volunteering. Yeah, that man used to waterboard me on random Tuesdays and a lot of other things. I will flip the script so quickly. Not to mention, if you guys forgot, I did those 1,000 hours of residency under Dr. W when he was going to prisons and interviewing convicted multi-murderers. And while I used to be disgusted having to read these files before we would go in and do our job, at the same time, if somebody hurt my kids, I would easily just use them like a manual. If you think that violence is too much and is never the answer, even if somebody hurts your child, then you are the problem. You should not have kids. Because as I said, I kill for my kids, your kids, the neighborhood kids. I kill for any kid. Some of y'all coming on my FYP, send me the fuck off.
We hear about stories like this all the time, and they usually end tragically. Thank God she was there to help this woman when she really needed it. But I have a question. Are police officers usually required to warn the partner in domestic violence situations? Let me know in the comments, because this could have ended horribly if this woman hadn't been there. I didn't hear one thing she did wrong. Not one. People in the comments talking about violence isn't the answer must be living in a fairy tale, because when a man shows up with a kitchen knife threatening babies, that is the answer. That is exactly when you meet force with force. And let's talk about the police taking 17 minutes to show up. 17 minutes. Do you know how much damage someone with a weapon can do in 17 minutes? He could have hurt everyone in that house multiple times over. That's what gets me. We know We know you can't always count on them to arrive in time to save you. Sometimes you have to be your own first responder. She stood in the gap for that mother and those children when nobody else was there. She gave him warnings, more than he deserved, honestly, and he still tried it. He made his choice the second he stepped onto that property with a weapon. She protected those babies, and the fact that she's getting hate for it is ridiculous. A lot of people talk a big game about protecting children, but she actually did it. She stood on business. Period.
I just went on my first date of the year, and I think it's going to be my last because it was so good. You might be wondering, no, we're talking about men here. I, against my better judgment, decided to have one-on-one time with a man. I said I like sushi. He said he likes sushi. Great. We decided to go to Blue Sushi Sake Grill. They have lots of gorgeous, delicious, cooked and raw sushi. We're sitting at the table. The waiter comes up. He starts asking questions. My date starts looking like a deer in headlights. He doesn't know anything about sushi or what he wants. One thing about me, one of my biggest icks is when a partner, a friend, a family member, anybody acts like they've never left the house. When you get around me, you act like you've been somewhere. Now all of a sudden you asking silly questions, acting like you don't know what ingredients are, like you don't have the power to look it up in your phone and see what it is if it's troubling you that much. Not around here, partner. The waiter's like, well, tell me some things that you like and I'll recommend the best roll for you. This man goes, well, bro, I like ham sandwiches, lemon pepper wings, and sweet potato fries. Me and the waiter are just looking at each other because what the hell is he talking about? I'm wondering, is he having a stroke? So the waiter's like, you know what? I'm going to let you look at the menu one more time. I'll circle back around. So my date ends up getting a phone call right after this, so he steps away. The waiter comes back to the table with a drink for me, and he's like, that guy at the bar over there sent you this drink. Assuming my waiter probably told the bartender what happened, and the old white man at the bar took pity on me and sent me a drink. So my date comes back to the table. I'm like, how about I just order for us? Let's get some chicken lettuce wraps and a thriller roll. If you know, you know. That's a guaranteed crowd pleaser at Blue Sushi Sake Grill. He likes it, of course. He likes me, of course. He thinks I'm a beautiful, gorgeous, cultured queen that's going to show him the world. But no. Because you know what I didn't like? I don't like liars. And I don't like being embarrassed. And I don't like white people laughing at us in Black History Month. Blizzard!
Hey, let me introduce you all to Trevor and Tiffany. Let's get into it. We're going to call this one the other side of the story. Now, Trevor and Tiffany have been dating for about 8 months now, okay? Everything is going good. Trevor is like her perfect guy. He's well maintained physically. He works out. He has a great job, highly educated, takes really good care of her. They spend time at his place, time at her place. No red flags so far, right? He is matching her vibe, matching her lifestyle because she is highly educated, has a great job in corporate America, and everything is working out perfectly. He's paying his bills, has a nice car, a nice place. Vice versa, same for Tiffany. Now, last year, Tiffany had planned a birthday trip to Jamaica way before she met and started dating Trevor, okay? No problem. So she decides to tell Trevor, like, hey, I don't want to cancel this trip with my girlfriends. Do you mind if we celebrate my birthday together the week before we are to go on vacation? So Trevor is cool with being able to celebrate her birthday. He doesn't want her to miss her trip with her girlfriends. So they decide to go ahead and celebrate her birthday the weekend before she is to go on the actual trip with her friends. So he plans a nice dinner. They go to dinner. He has some amazing gifts for her and surprises her with some nice gifts that give her a hint to let her know he wants to start helping her on her Birkin journey. So she's super excited and she's feeling really special, right? Dinner went well, the evening and weekend went really nice. Now it's the week of her birthday trip with her girlfriends, and he surprises her with flowers and money to get her hair and nails done and do some last minute shopping before she goes on her trip. Now, before she goes on her trip, Trevor gives her a gift and tells her not to open it until her actual birthday while she's in Jamaica. She's all excited, cool, thinks nothing of it, packs the birthday gift to take it with her to Jamaica. Okay? Her and her girlfriends arrive in Jamaica and start having an amazing time. Now, keep in mind, this is very important. They're staying at Secret St. James. Now, if you ever stay at Secret St. James, you know that when you have a certain suite, that you are able to get access to to Breathless, and then also you're able to get access to Secret's Wild Orchard. So they were really excited about being able to, go from resort to resort, trying out the food, the fun, the drinks, and everything. So they are resort hopping, having an amazing time in Jamaica, right? So they decide one night to go over to Breathless because Breathless was having a party, and they wanted to go over and, hang out at Breathless. So that's what they decided to do. So they got dressed and headed over to Breathless. Now they're at the pool party at Breathless, having a great time, drinks, music, meeting new people, making friends with everybody. And then they meet this young lady named Amber. Now, Amber is a really cool chick that they were just vibing with right from the beginning of the party. I mean, they are taking shots with her, laughing, just talking about life and really enjoying each other's company. It is a crowd of people, so everybody is having fun. Everybody is talking to everybody, just great vibes. They come to find out that Amber is from the same city as them, and that just really got them excited because they're like, you are really cool. Maybe when we get back, we can set up a time to do brunch or lunch or whatever. We have to be able to hang out with you, so they go ahead and exchange numbers. Amber is just really cool, right? So it comes time for Amber to walk away. She was like, let me go find my man because I haven't seen him, right? So they're like, okay, cool. We're going to be over here. If you want to come back over here, you can. Tell your man he could come over here too and hang out or whatever. And she was like, girl, he probably over here with his friends because they were there with some other friends as well. So Amber goes off to find her man. The girls continue to, just have some fun, some drinks. They decide to get something to eat. So they go inside, get something to eat, and then while they're getting something to eat, they decide, after we're done eating, let's go back to the pool party. We're not ready to go back to the room yet. So they go back to the party. Party still going strong. Everybody having fun. DJ is DJing, and it's just great vibes. No issues, no drama or anything. Okay, so the party was just a hit, right? So after the party, they decided it's time to go back to the resort. So they head back to their rooms. Now, keep in mind, the next day, it's going to be Tiffany's birthday. So she's really excited because she gets to open her birthday gift from Trevor. So when they get back to the room, get all settled in for the night, she was like, I want to wait till midnight to open my gift. So she gives him a call and says, can I open it at midnight? And he was like, no, babe, I want you to open it early in the morning. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna get some sleep and I'll open my gift in the morning. So Tiffany wakes up around 9:30, 10 o'clock, and all she could think about is this gift, right? So she opens up the gift and it states, happy birthday, love you very much, love Trevor. And then she flips it over and it's an upgrade to a presidential suite ocean front. So she's super excited. It tells her that she can head down to the front desk to pick up her key for her new room. So her and the girls are really excited. They're ready to see the room and see what other things that Trevor has done for her. So they get their showers, get dressed, and head downstairs to the front desk. So they get downstairs to the front desk, and Tiffany was like, yes, I'm here to, get my key for my upgraded suite. And so the lady at the front desk was like, one moment. She goes to the back. The manager comes out, and the manager tells her, here is your key. She hands her a dozen of roses and tells her that the key will not work until 8:00 p.m. tonight. So she's like, oh, I can't go see it right now. She was like, no, unfortunately, these are the instructions that we have for you. Go and enjoy your day. there is a spa services set up for you and your friends. So she is like, oh my God. So they go head off to the spa, and there are customized robes there for them. And there are pre-arranged massages for all of them to have. So they get massages, facials, they do the hydrotherapy treatment. They do all of these things at the spa that Trevor has set up for her and her friends, and they are like really having a great time and enjoying themselves. So they decide, hey, after the spa, let's get something to eat and let's head back over to Breathless, meet up with Amber and kick it with her for a little while just to help pass some time before 8 o'clock so we can go see the room. So it's around maybe 5 o'clock when the ladies decide they're going to head over to Breathless, because after the spa, they went back to the room, took a nap, got back up, went and got some more things to eat, hung out at the pool at Secret St. James, and then decided to go over to Breathless. Now they're headed over to Breathless to hang out till around 7:30, close to 8 o'clock, just to help pass some time. So they head over to Breathless, and they, hang out by the pool, and eventually they see Amber, and they're like, hey, Amber. They're calling Amber over there. Amber runs over, give them hugs, say hey, ask them, what's up, what's on for, what's up for tonight. And they was like, yeah, we can't hang too late. Tiffany, little man, done surprised her with an upgrade suite, and we trying to go see what all he did for her, because he set up spa services and stuff for us today, and we had custom robes and bags and, just princess treatment today. And she's like, oh, that's nice. She was like, you got a good man, right? So she was like, oh, speaking of man, let me introduce y'all to my man. So Amber calls over to her man, who is in the pool. So he gets up out of the pool and comes over to the ladies. And Amber is like, ladies, this is my man. His name is Travis. And Tiffany is like, what the So Amber is like, what's wrong, Tiffany? What is going on? Why are you tripping? She was like, Trevor, what is you doing here? So Tiffany hops up. Amber is pushing her like, girl, what is you talking about? Why are you calling my man Trevor? His name is Travis. What are you doing? She was like, I can't believe you would do this to me. You do all this stuff for me only to cheat on me. Like, what's going on? Why would you do this to me on my birthday? Just going complete off. Everybody is it's just complete chaos. Everybody is looking like, what the heck is going on? Okay, so the girls are still arguing, yelling back and forth. Tiffany is still going in on Travis. Now, Amber tells Tiffany's friends, you better get your girl before I lay her ass out at this pool. Then Travis starts yelling for all of them to shut the hell up, yelling to the top of his lungs. They looking at him like, who are you talking to? But they do stop yelling and cursing and just got quiet. So Travis is like, listen, he was like, my name is Travis. I'm not Trevor. He said, I am an identical twin and my brother's name is Trevor. He was like, are you dating Trevor like that? And she said, yeah. She was like, but don't try to pull that BS on me. Don't be trying to play that identical twin. Trevor ain't never told me that he had a twin named Travis like that. So Travis is like, you're correct. He'll never tell anybody that he's dating, that he has an identical twin brother, because we are not cool. He was like, I don't deal with him and he doesn't deal with me. We haven't seen each other in over 10 years. At this point, Tiffany is still mad. She is calling BS. She's like, no. The type of relationship I had, I would know if my man had a twin. You don't have to play me like this. Just say you don't want to be with me. Just say you was playing games with me. Just say you was using me for whatever reason, but you don't have to play this game right here. So Tiffany starts to walk away from the whole situation. She was like, I'm done with this shit. I'm going back to my room. I'm done with this. So Tiffany starts heading back to her hotel, and her friends follow her, and she's like completely over it. Now Travis is running up behind them like, wait a minute. He was like, I'm not lying. I can show you pictures. On my phone. Just chill out. I don't want you to be upset. I know it's your birthday. Like, you need to chill out and let me explain. Nobody playing games with you. He was like, I don't deal with him like that, but I definitely don't want you to be hurt over a situation that we are dealing with like that. So Tiffany Tiffany stops and allows him to like pull up his phone and start showing her pictures of them together when they were younger as identical twins. And sure enough, Trevor and Travis are identical twins, and Travis is Travis and Trevor is Trevor. So Tiffany is like, oh my God. She was like, I am so sorry, Travis. I am so sorry, Amber. And Amber is like, it's cool, it's cool. She was like, it's cool. She was like, I know about Trevor, but like he said, we have not dealt with him or anything like that. And she was like, oh my God, what is the odds of him, of us running into you? She was like, this totally freaked me out. She was like, this almost really ruined my birthday. And she was like, Trevor has some explaining to do as to why he didn't tell me about you, but I get it. Y'all are estranged. No problem. So she was like, I need to go, get my mind together. So I'm gonna go back to the room. She was made sure that her and Amber was good. And Amber was like, yeah, we cool, girl. I totally get it. I understand it. They look just alike. They identical like that. So Tiffany and the girls head back to the hotel. Now, mind you, Tiffany's stuff from her other room has been, transported to the new room, as, Trevor had instructed the staff to do. So Tiffany heads to her new room. Now, when Tiffany gets to her new room and opens the door, Trevor is inside waiting. Now, Tiffany is mixed with all type of emotions. Mind you, her friends are right behind her as she enters the room and sees Trevor. She doesn't know whether to hug him, kiss him, slap him, whatever. So she runs in, crying, hugs him really tight, and he's like, oh my God, what's going on? The girls are yelling at him, and he like, whoa, like, what's going on? What's going on? What happened? What's wrong with her? Like that. So Tiffany is so upset she can't really explain. So one of her friends tells her, yeah, we just ran into your twin brother, at the other resort. And he's like, what? He was like, oh my God. He was, they were like, yeah, Tiffany thought it was you, started going in on him, and his girlfriend started yelling at him, thinking it was you cheating on her with another female on her birthday. And he was like, oh my God. Like, he was like, my brother is here. And they were like, yes, he's at the Breathless Resort. So he grabs Tiffany, tries to calm her down, let her know everything is going to be all right. He apologized deeply. It was not his intention to mislead her. He just didn't want to bring Travis up into their relationship because it was something that he hadn't dealt with his brother. And it just seemed like something that didn't need to be brought up right away in their relationship as they're, growing and, just starting to make a life together or whatever. He said he would have eventually told her, but, everything is so bad right now between him and his brother, and they haven't talked or seen each other, and they try to avoid each other when it comes to like going to visit their parents and stuff like that. He just didn't really want to bring up that negative side of his life to Tiffany. So the girls, made sure Tiffany was cool. She said she was cool, and they left the room to give them some privacy. Tiffany and Trevor pretty much talked it out, and Tiffany let him know, like, your brother and his girl, they're really cool. She was like, I've made friends with her. We exchanged numbers. We plan on hanging out together when we get back in town. And she was like, I just really need you to think about maybe going over there and seeing your brother like that. And so he was like, this really hurt you like this? And she was like, yes. She was like, I really thought like you were, cheating on me. So he was like, I definitely get that. I understand. I'm so sorry. Like that. So, they enjoy the night. They go get something to eat. And she's still, talking to him, trying to get him to go over there and talk to his brother. So while they're at dinner, Trevor has like a little a violinist come over to the table and play the violin, and just set a romantic mood, make sure Tiffany is in a good headspace, and she says she's much better. She feels amazing. She want to just enjoy her birthday and spending time with him in Jamaica. She's so happy to see him there, right? So Trevor decides that he is going to propose to Tiffany at dinner. He had this plan plan all along, but he just wanted to make sure she was in good spirits before he sprung this on her. So, okay, they're playing the violin. He stands up and he pulls out a ring and proposes to Tiffany. And Tiffany was like, oh my God. She was like, I want to say yes, but she was like, we just have this situation over our heads and I just need you to deal with it, because if we're going to be together, if we're going to be married, have kids, and if your brother has kids, she was like, I want my kids to have a complete family. It's something that she didn't have when she was growing up, and she said it just really means a lot to her. So he said, you know what? He was like, all right. He was like, I definitely understand. So he was like, will you just put the ring on? And she was like, yes, I'd love to put the ring on. So she puts the ring on, and he was like, you know what? Put the ring on and let's go, over to Breathless and find my brother. Oh, listen, Trevor is not playing about Tiffany. He is totally wanting her to be his wife. So he is willing to start mending his relationship with his brother. So he wants to be the bigger person and head over to Breathless to go ahead and just start, a conversation with his brother. So she is really excited. She's holding his hand. She said, I'm going to be there with you every step of the way. And they walk over to Breathless, and they go to the front desk and call Amber and ask Amber if her and Travis don't mind coming down, sitting, down with them to talk. And Amber was like, we're on our way down right now. We were just talking about this. We'll be right down. So Amber and Travis come down, and as soon as the brothers see each other, they just literally run up to each other, hug each other, and just really start crying. They hugged each other for a good 5 minutes without saying any words, just tears and just holding each other really tightly, right? And eventually they sat down and started talking, and Travis and Trevor, they just talked about where things went wrong, moving forward, how they want their relationship to be. Travis let him know that he has a son that his brother hasn't never met, and his brother was like, oh my God, I have a nephew. And he was like, yes. So he was like, this is a good start for us. So, once they got back home, they will plan on, still working things out. It's not completely all better and, fixed, but, they were happy that it was a start, and they really missed each other because they were really close when they were younger. And so, now they are all really close. They hang out, take family trips together, and the brothers' relationship is definitely on the mend, no issues. And they are all, enjoying life right now. Such an amazing, crazy story. But it was a great way to bring the brothers together, and Tiffany and Trevor did get married. All right, guys, talk to you guys later. Safe travels. Bye.
This story took a twist we did not see coming. Wow. Now look, if I'm in Jamaica, feeling myself, hair and nails done with my man's money, and I see Trevor in a pool with another woman, child, security would have to escort me out. I don't blame Tiffany for going off one bit. You can't tell me that's not my man when he's got the same face, same build, and probably the same walk. And Travis, he was real bold telling them to shut the hell up. But I guess if you've been dealing with mistaken identity your whole life because of your estranged twin, you lose your patience quick. But let's get into Trevor. I love a man who plans a surprise. The spa, the presidential suite, flying out to propose, that's top tier romance right there. But how are you going to be with a woman for 8 months, talking about marriage and a future, and not mention you have an identical twin? That's not a small detail to leave out, especially when y'all live in the same city. I get that they were estranged and things were bad, but that's exactly why you say something. You don't want your lady running into your ghost at the grocery store or, apparently, at a pool party in Jamaica. That's a communication red flag, even if his heart was in the right place. Tiffany is a smart woman. She didn't just say yes and ignore the chaos. She told him, I need you to fix your family if we're doing this. That's a queen move right there. She knows you can't build a solid future on a broken foundation. Those two brothers hugging and crying for 5 minutes, that hit different. Life is too short to go 10 years without speaking to your twin over some he said, she said drama or whatever mess tore them apart. And shout out to Amber for being cool. Most women would have been ready to throw hands after Tiffany screamed at their man, but she handled it with pure grace.
Hey TikTok, I'm going to be giving y'all a story time of how I fought a 300-pound girl my second month of going to this new school. Let's get started with the video. So y'all, I started going to the school in the city, and I've heard about this school before. And the stuff I would hear about the school was like a little crazy, but seemed lit. Like, okay, it was fights every day. And girl, who don't want to see a fight every day? Because I definitely do. So it's fights every day, just crazy stuff, people skipping, breaking the rules, doing whatever you want to do at the school. And I was like, okay, that seems lit until I started actually going to that school. Mind you, I really didn't know anybody at that school, but they knew me. They knew me because, you know, I was a little popular on TikTok. I guess I had a few followers on TikTok, you know, pop in power video here and there, a million views here and there. Anyways, let's get back to the point. I started going to school and I started being friends with this one girl. So this one girl, she was cool, and, you know, let's call her Blue. Blue was pretty cool. Like, I didn't really think nothing of, like, me being friends with her. The only thing I would notice is that she was a little slower than most people. But, like, I don't judge. Like, I really didn't care. So, like, I started being friends with her. But little did I know. So I would just see her in the bathrooms and we just hit the neck together. Cool stuff. Like, she would have hit my neck, but she had her own. I didn't let her hit my neck. So I would see her in the bathrooms. I would see her in the hallways. This one time I saw her in the hallway, she was arguing with this boy. So little me, thirsty to blow up on TikTok, pulled out my phone and I started recording. I'm like, yeah, beat this nigga ass. Like, what? So, you know, the instigator I am, they started fighting. She low-key was whipping this nigga ass. Mind you, this nigga was big too. So she beat him up. She ripped his jacket open. You know, his slides going everywhere. It was funny. It was comedy, mind you. You know, when you're in school and you're bored, there's nothing to do. So, like, of course, you're going to tune into the people fighting because it's funny. I pull out my phone. I'm like, oh, nah, da-da-da-da. Just instigating it on. And I posted it on my Snapchat thinking nothing of it. I posted it for funny laughs because, girl, I thought we was friends. Like, you know, if I post my friend be funny, yeah, cool. But, like, when I say friends, like, we don't like this, but, like, we were associates. Like, not friends, but we were associates, y'all. Like, so I posted it. Get back to school the next day. People talking about, oh, yeah, I heard Big Blue wanna fight you. Yeah, everybody said you was talking poop about Big Blue. Big Blue, she looking for you. She been looking for you all day. Big Blue, Big Blue. And that's what they call her. They call her Big Blue. I'm not gonna say her name, but they call her Big Blue. Yeah. And I'm like, Big Blue wanna fight me? What the fuck I did? Like, what the fuck did I do? So I'm over here like, Big Blue wanna fight me? No, she don't. Y'all lying on my name. I ain't do nothing to this girl. I ain't do nothing to this girl. Mind you, I did it. So as people come and tell me this, I'm like, y'all capping. Got my face who's saying this. So then I'm walking around school trying to find her to get all situated because, like, girl, we was just cool the last day. The last day was just cool. Now people coming up to me saying, you wanna fight me? Mind you, she's 300 pounds and some change. So I finally find her in school walking around with her other friend. Let's call her other friend Red. I used to work with Red. She was pretty cool until this day. So I see Big Blue in the hallway. I said, Big Blue, why everybody trying to say you wanna fight me? Like, I ain't do nothing to you. I thought you was gonna agree with me, you know, because, like, girl, we was just cool the other day, like I said. But no. She said, oh, people coming up to me saying you was talking shit about me and you was calling me this, that, and the third. Y'all, I got set up so bad. People was going around lying on my name to see a fight. Mind y'all, I go to a school where it's fights every day. Now I'm starting to figure out that's how all the fights got started because people going around lying. And y'all just believe in it. So I'm telling Big Blue, like, I never said I wanted to fight you. You know, girl, I thought it was chill. She's not going for it. She said, no, they're telling me that you want to fight me. Da, da, da. And then her friend that was beside her was like, yeah, they're coming up to us, this, that, and the third, but we don't believe you. Then her friend recorded it. Her friend was recording me copping, please. Which in reality, I wasn't really copping, please, because I thought she was my friend and I was just trying to get it situated like an adult. Her nappy-headed friend gonna record what I said and post it and talk about, oh, she ducking. Who would have ducked that? Like, who would not be ducking that? Like, I'm 100 pounds and you 300. Like, what? So next day come. I've been on my P's and Q's all day because I don't want Big Blue to come and beat me up. Whole time I wasn't really scared, you know, I just wasn't trying to get in any fights, you know. So I get to school and I skipped all my classes because I'm like, what happens if she know what my classes is? So I'm just sitting in the art hall. I'm sitting in the art hall, sitting down, and I see this girl. Her name is Pink. Let's call her Pink. I see Pink sitting at the wall and I'm telling her what happened. And she's like, Oh yeah, girl, I fought her too. So what you trying to say? She over here just saying like, yeah, girl, I fought her too. You know, this down the third. And I said, oh yeah, well she wants to fight me, and I think she's looking for me. When she was, multiple people came up to me saying, yeah, Big Blue's looking for you. So I'm just telling her that, and I said, yeah, I'm just gonna sit with you and make sure I just don't get jumped or beat up. She said, okay, girl, I got you, girl. You're not gonna get jumped or beat up. So now I'm just sitting at the wall, quiet, just chilling. Like, oh yeah, we can do whatever for real. I'm just sitting down chilling. Then I see a group of people coming. They're just walking my way, mind you. It's people that I thought were my friends. I thought these people were my friends. I was highly mistaken. They were not my friends. No friends for me. They just have their phones out, and I see somebody squeeze out the crowd. I'm just praying like, where the teachers at this point? Like, you big crowd, people skipping this school time right now. I see Big Blue coming out the crowd. So I stand up and I get against the wall. I'm standing up with my arms crossed against the wall. And I was having a little Krishan moment because I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna argue with you. I didn't say a peep. I didn't say a word to her. I was standing by that wall like I was glued to it with some super glue. My arms crossed, and I'm sitting here like, girl, you're in my face. You're talking about you want to fight, but you haven't swung on me yet. So I'm just sitting there, and then she started taking step by step close to me. I didn't think she was gonna swing on me because, girl, I told you I really didn't want to fight you because there's no reason for us to be fighting in the first place. But no. This girl, she gonna grab my hair, and we start boom, 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 boom. And I'm in her beating the brakes, baby. Like, girl, you thought I was, just because I was small, I couldn't beat you up. You're highly mistaken. So now I'm just, putting the works in. Boom, they break it up. It's over. Then Shawty start, she goes with the teacher. I go with my teacher. But no, y'all thought it was over? I wasn't done. I wanted more rounds. I wasn't done. So now I'm running around the whole school trying to find her. I finally find her. I finally found her. And I make eye contact with her. And I started running down the hallway trying to get that second round in. Then I got tackled. Moral of the story is, don't judge a book by cover. And just because I hold 300 pounds, that don't mean you can give her a 300-pound ass whooping. Period.
So we're talking about how the Drew try to get his baby mother to fight me, y'all. And I beat the bitch ass. Okay, so long ago, I was at school, and actually no, I had missed a day at school. And my friend had told me that this boy that I got a class with had a little crush on me. I'm like, he's not even ugly for real. And I've been wanting a school bae since I got in high school. And I just was never able to get a school bae. So I was like, you know what? Let me just get me a little school bae. So I was like, fuck it. He could be my school bae. And I'm just going to entertain it. But I'm never going to take this nigga serious. Because why the fuck would I take a nigga in school with a baby mama serious? So then after that, I get back to school the next. My mama done burnt some shit. I'm going to try to continue the story time when this shit done. Because this shit just is still going. Y'all. Okay, stop. So basically, I don't even know where I'm at now. Okay, so I get back to school the next day and stuff like that, and like it's just like I know, but I don't think he knows that I know, but I can tell now that I know. Now I can tell that he's low key been trying to flirt, but I didn't know because I wasn't paying attention to it before because, like I said, I didn't know. So he's like, always like trying to like sit next to me now and stuff like that. And he been trying to talk to me. I'm like, what the fuck is it for even like for us to even talk about? This not shit for us to talk about. Like, why are we talking? But I'm like, fuck, I did want a school base. So I'm like, let me just, push through and shit. So I ended up talking to him, right? But I'm like, I asked him, I was like, are you and your baby mama like still together, or y'all like? So he like, oh no, we not together and stuff like that. But I live with her and sleep in the same bed as her and go home to her every night. He ain't say like that, but basically that's what it was. And I also asked, how old is your kid? 6 months. So you just had this baby and then you in school crushing, having crushes and shit. But I'm like, I don't really give a fuck because if he's saying they're not together and they don't got nothing up with each other, nothing like that, then they're not together. Who am I to? Yeah. And I told him like a few days later we're texting, mind you, the way he had to text me, because mind you, he had to be sneaky from the baby mama. So I'm already like, I'm not even really trying to fuck with you for real. I told him, I was like, I'm not even really trying to fuck with you for real. Like, this is just for entertainment and shit. Like, like this not finna be nothing serious. So like, and like we was never on the phone ever. Like I still don't to this day don't even got this nigga number. Like, what's it called? We used to text on Instagram, right? Through vanish mode and shit. But then the vanish mode, the way he had to go to Instagram, because he hid Instagram, so he had to go through the app store, search Instagram, then unlock it with his face, and then get the app. All that just to text me. You got a whole baby mother. I'm telling him, I'm like, Michael, I'm not really even fucking with it for real. Like, like we could still be cool, but like if I just told him, I was like, you just better not have your baby mama text me because I don't even play that. As soon as I get a text from your baby mama, like you cut because I don't even play for real. And I tried to find a baby mama Instagram multiple times while we was talking, just so I could like see her account and see if like she had anything up. I could not find the fucking account. So this nigga will be texting me some freaky deaky ass shit. Mind you, why this nigga was fucking with me, got a baby mama, and he's fucking with another girl in our class, okay? Another girl in our class. She sit right next to me. And we both know that he fucked both of us, but we don't care because neither of us really want him for real. This shit is just for like jokes. Me and her dad used to clown. No shade. But it's story old, so it don't matter. But yeah. So he would just be texting me like we'll be in class. He'll be like, "Oh, meet me at the bathroom, meet me at the bathroom." Da, da, da. Or he'll be like, "Oh, like I'm trying to see the blah 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 blah." I'm like, no, and like, ooh, ignore my armpit hair. I'm getting waxed tomorrow. But like we would be in class and shit, and like he'll be like tapping my thigh and shit. I'm like, nigga, what do you want? So like eventually like we started texting less and less, cause like I don't know, like I don't like, and I had me a little boo, like not even a little boo, but like it was like an outside of school boo at the time, and it was just like, my little shit, and I wasn't really fucking with him because it's like you already got too much going on, like what the fuck, what do you need me for? So I just like wasn't texting as much, right? And when we'd be in school, like I would not be trying to like go to the bathroom and meet him in the hallway. No, I would not like, I would just be like, and I'll see him in school and he'll be like, oh, you don't fuck with me no more, you don't fuck with me no more. So eventually winter break comes around, right? By this time we not even talking for real, but like we talking, but we not talking, like I'm not really fucking with him, but you like cool people, you feel me? So the day before winter break, I did not go to school because why would I like it's the day before winter break? Like, why am I going to school? I could extend my break or I could go to school. I'm extending my break. So the day before winter break, I wake up bright and early in the morning, okay? I get a text from Patricia. Hey girl, I just want to let you know that me and Michael are still together. That's still my baby daddy. Da, 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 like could you stop texting him? I was like, and then I seen a message from him too, right underneath it, and he told my son, bro, just say okay, just say okay. So I'm like, okay, girl. So then I'm not at school, mind you. He at school, everybody. I'm not at school. So I'm in my head, I'm like, why the fuck? This nigga got his baby mama texting me, okay? So then I was like, okay, girl, and she was like, I'm dead ass, like I don't even play for it, like, like I just feel like that's so disrespectful. And I was like, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but like he was telling me that y'all not together, okay? She was like, oh yeah, we most definitely are, so you can like, I was like, okay, girl. I just looked at that and I wasn't like, no, I'm not gonna argue with you over your baby daddy. At the end of the day, that's your baby daddy. You don't have to be like see this nigga face for the next 18 years. I don't like, like you feel me, like after this class, I'm not gonna see him no more. Or so I thought. How my school did it, it was we for winter break, we would like after winter break we switched classes completely. So we would have completely new classes in January, like no same people, no nothing, right? Different courses, different everything. So we ended up switching courses when we came back from winter break, okay? Why the fuck? Why the fuck? Why the fuck? Why the fuck? I walk in my second period class. I'm first one in the class, right? First one in the class. 5 minutes roll by. 6 minutes roll by. The bell rang. What's the name? I see this nigga walk into class. And I see my homeboy walk into class. Mind you, him and my homeboy are cool, and that's my homeboy. Why the fuck both of them speed walk over to me and start tussling over the chair of who gonna sit next to me? Because the teacher had to like two, feel me? Like so they was trying to figure out who's gonna sit next to me. And I'm like, I was like, Chris, please sit right here. Please, I don't want Michael to sit right here, please. So eventually my homeboy ended up getting a seat. He ended up getting a seat, but this nigga go sit right in front of me. So we in the class and stuff, and I'm writing down my vocabulary words. I'm, doing my work and shit. All of a sudden, like the nigga sitting like this, right? And I'm sitting right here, so I'm facing him, but he's like this, so he could turn his head like this and talking to me and my homeboy, right? So that's how he's sitting, and I can see his computer because it's in his lap, and he got like a pass to go to the bathroom in, right? So in my head, I'm like, this nigga better not ask me to go to the bathroom. This nigga better not ask me to go to the bathroom, right? Because I got like a spidey sense. Why the fuck this nigga pull up the Spotify website and put in a song called "Meet Me in the Bathroom"? Go under the desk and tap my knee, turn his computer towards me, and look at me dead in his face with a straight face, dead in my face, like.
When I tell you I was about ready, I was like, I just looked at him and I started laughing. Right, mind you, the class is quiet. I just started bursting out laughing. And then he ended up going to the bathroom. And I don't know if he thought that I was going to follow right back behind him, but I didn't. I sat my ass in that motherfucking class and I did my work. So when he came back from the bathroom, he was all sad and da-da-da, because he think I'm going to go in there. And so when he came back, he just turned around fully and put his head down in the desk. I was like, that's embarrassing. Like, okay. So like the next week, okay, me and like my homeboy not there, okay? So he ended up sitting next to me and I'm like, fuck. And I got my blanket on over me because I'm not trying to for real. You feel me? Cause so while I got my blanket over me, this nigga gonna reach his hand underneath my blanket and like start trying to like rub on my like thigh like this. And I was like, move, dude. And he was like, why you don't fuck with me no more? You don't fuck with me no more. I was like, bro, I'm not trying to fuck with you. You already got me in that mess with your baby mama. Like, get the fuck off me. So I ended up texting baby mama. I was like, you need to get your baby daddy. He keep trying to fuck with me in school. Like he trying to touch me and da da da. And she was like, well, I'm gonna be both you and his ass, because why the fuck is you even trying to da da da? I'm like, girl, I don't want your nigga. She was like, bitch, I don't give a fuck, because why the fuck is you even like entertaining him? And da da da. And I told you like he was still with me. I was like, why is your baby daddy still entertaining me if you told me you was still with him? Like what? Mind y'all, the baby mama homeschool. So like that weekend, I ended up going to the to like this like thing that was like going on in my city, and he was there, she was there. I said the bitch. The bitch was like, "What's up?" So I said, "What's up?" I'm like, "Girl, I'm not trying to fight you, but like, I mean, like if you swing on me, bitch, I'ma hit you." So she was like, "Okay, so what's up?" And the bitch starts squaring up. I'm like, "Bitch, you better chill." Why the bitch swing? I said, "Fuck, fuck, 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 fuck," and I beat that bitch ass. Now, baby mama won't play with me again.
Why would you even try to make someone else's baby daddy your school bae? Out of all the guys in your grade, that's the one you pick? And how is he going to tell a girl you aren't together, but then turn around and admit he's sharing a bed and a 6-month-old baby with someone every single night? That's a whole roommate with benefits situation, and he really thought he was slick. This man has his baby mama at home, homeschooling, and then he's in second period trying to use Spotify as a bathroom paging system? The straight face while showing her the song title sent me. He really thought he was starring in a music video. She was just trying to have a little school bae fun, but as soon as the baby mama, Patricia, girl, we see you, started blowing up her phone while Michael is standing right there whispering, just say okay, I would have been done. That man is a full-blown chaos agent. But look, she warned them. She told him, don't have your baby mama texting me. And she told Patricia she didn't even want him. When you keep poking the bear, or in this case, rubbing on her thigh under a blanket after she already told you to stop, you're going to get the claws. That pop, pop, pop at the end, that's just the natural consequence of Michael's mess. Moral of the story? If he has to go to the App Store just to open Instagram because his baby mama made him delete it, run. That's way too much cardio for a relationship, honey.
Story time on how I was pretending to be my ex so they could jump me. It wasn't funny at the time, like it was really traumatizing, but it's funny now, like looking back at it. Because bitch, how dumb was you? Okay, so boom. I'm not even gonna say this was my ex for real. We was just talking for a long time. Like we talked for like 7, 8 months, but it was never really official. That's how I don't even know how I really got this deep, because it was never like an official thing. So my ex, we gonna call him Kayvon. But I'm not even like I said, it's not really an ex. We was just talking, but so one night I was at a birthday B&B, and this is why I was still talking to Kayvon. I was at my friend birthday B&B, and I was drunk as fuck. It was niggas there, and this one nigga I was talking to, like we hit it off, and like boom, like he got my number, and after that night, like he was texting me a lot and shit like that. I wasn't even really entertaining him for real. He just kept texting me. And like I would say like a little one or two things back, but not nothing really for real. And again, me and Kayvon had never made it official, so I'm not feeling like I owe him nothing. I felt like he felt like he ain't owe me nothing. Like if you felt like that, you would have made it official from the get go. At this point, like I'm basically single. You're just the main person I'm talking to, but I wasn't even really talking to people like that because he really was like my main nigga. Like I really liked him. So this one day I go over there, I spend the night over his house at King Fallon house. And I guess he went through my phone while I was asleep. This is why you don't go through people's phones. He went through my phone while I was asleep. I guess he saw me texting a nigga. And he like, bitch, get up, get the fuck out my house, da 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 da. So I leave, like, I'm not about to argue with you, buddy. Like, if you gonna kick me out, I'm not about to, alright, fuck, I'm not about to say. So I left. And, you know, niggas be wanting you to chase them and shit, but I just feel like it wasn't that deep in the first place because we was together. But, you know, I just left. And I guess he had to screenshots of, like, my phone from his phone. And he sent it to me like, bitch, you're really disrespectful, da 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 da, like, all of this. And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't want to lose my hoe. So I was telling him I'm sorry, whoop whoop. He was not going. Not at first, at least. So I tried again, like, a month later. And I'm basically like, you know, I'm sorry, whoop whoop. I didn't think, like, we was at a point where, shit, we couldn't talk to other people because you never, like, asked me to be your girlfriend or nothing. I never felt like you would feel no type of way about it. And I never thought you would go through my phone. I mean, my password is my birthday, so it's not hard to get my phone. I didn't make it hard to get my phone because I just never thought he would go through it. Like, we didn't have... He ain't never went through my phone before, and I feel like we didn't have that type of relationship where you gotta check what the fuck I'm doing. We not together. But anyway, I said I was sorry, and whoop whoop. And I'm basically like, I'm sorry, like, you know, if we gonna be together, like, we could just put all this behind us and be together. And, like, the shit won't happen again. I did not know that that's what you wanted. So he give in, he like, okay. And he like, he want to take me out, like, we about to go see a movie or whatever. But mind you, I live on the other side of town. So I don't really be liking people to come get me, like, on the other side of town and then bring me back, like, to the city and stuff. Because we was going to downtown Royal Oak, like the Imagine Theater. We was going down there to watch the movie. So we was like, you know, we was going to meet up there. I do that, like, a lot. Like, I did that with him a lot. So I'm like, we're going to meet up there. But I wasn't thinking nothing of it at the time. So that day, we was going to see a new movie. I really feel like it was Lion King or something like that. I just know it was a new movie, and we agreed to meet there like 30 minutes before the movie started, so we could get like snacks and stuff, and we won't have to wait in that long ass line and be late for the movie. So he ended up texting me like, I'm gonna be late, so go in there and get the movie tickets. Like, he sent me the money and everything. Like, he like, go in there and get the movie tickets. So, you know, just get it out the way. So I get the tickets, and I'm about to go back to my car because there's no point in me being in there without him in there. Like, I'm not about to buy my own snacks, like, if we on a date. So I'm about to go back out to my car and wait for him. As I'm going back to the car, this black Jeep Cherokee pull up right in front of the door, double doors. The doors open, all you see is a group of bitches I do not like. Get out the fucking car, bro. So one of the bitches like, what's up? So I'm not no bitch. So I start fighting the bitch. I'm beating this bitch ass. Like, I mean, beating this bitch down to the ground. Next thing you know, all these bitches start jumping me. I'm getting jumped. I don't care. I still got the hold of this bitch. I'm still, like, I got her hair. I'm just in her shit. Like, I'm in her shit. They ain't really had no choice, like, but to jump me. But they was gonna do that anyway. Because what the fuck did you bitches come for real? So boom, it get broke up. Like, everybody start coming out, like, movie theater, they see it, it get broke up. Whoop whoop. I go to my car. I'm texting him like, where the fuck is you at? Like, I just got jumped. I'm not thinking nothing of it. Like, I'm not thinking, okay, this nigga might have set me up. Like, I'm not thinking that. I'm texting him like, where's you at? Like, I just got jumped. Like, I'm telling him what was going on. And he's not texting me back. So I'm all discombobulated and shit like that. I go to Instagram. This nigga talk about that get back a motherfucker. What? So immediately, like, I'm like, oh my God, this nigga, like, just set me up. Like, real life, this nigga just set me up. Who the fuck do shit like this? Like, he just set me up. Mind you, I didn't fuck that nigga at the B&B, kiss that nigga, nothing. Like, we was just talking and we was texting for a little minute. Like, you're that mad. So, boom, like I said, I was already talking to this nigga, so I know where he stayed. Like, immediately I'm irritated. I round up my friends. We about to go make some trips, for real. So first house we go to his mama house. We pull up, his car not even there. So I'm knowing he's not there, so it's nothing I can do. I'm like, get the bricks. We got the bricks. We start busting windows out. Now, I'm not thinking like, okay, she got a ring camera. Like, I'm not even thinking that. But at this point, I don't even give a fuck because shit, I just got jumped. Like, bitch, that get back is motherfucker. So I'm busting windows out. Like, every window in the house. Bust. I swear to God. So then, boom, I get the ops low. We about to go there next. Then bitches say want to come outside. I guess when you got a group of people too, bitches don't be on nothing. Then bitches ain't want to go outside. So I didn't get a chance to get them. But on my mama, they not safe either. They will be got one day. So I guess the mama came home. She realized her windows was busted out. She went to the ring camera, I'm guessing. And she called the police on me. And the police called me like basically it's a warrant out for me. Da 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 da. And I had a whole case going on. I got out of that like I'm good now, but basically moral of the story is these niggas act like bitches. Don't trust them. Do not trust them, like for real.
Story time on how I let a 42-year-old German lady that I met in a shelter live with me and my daughter in a hotel for 2 months. And it didn't go well. So about a year and a half ago, me and my youngest daughter were living in a shelter. We moved into a shelter. Reasons we'll talk about another time. But we moved in. The first few days we stayed to ourselves. Well, I kept us to ourselves. I stayed in the room. Then I started going down to the common area because you can't keep a fucking 3-year-old in a room. So I started going downstairs. And immediately my daughter was drawn to this one lady that was sitting on the couches in the common area because she was just really sweet to all the kids. Her name is Hannah. I'm not taking no names out. Her name was Hannah. So like I said, immediately my daughter took a liking to her. Like, she was, like, teaching her, like, colors. And this is, like, just normal, like, things. Felt like she was her teacher. It felt like she was, like, an after-school program attendant or something. So after a while of that going on for a couple of days, I started to talk to her more and get to know her and see who she was. After that, we started to hit it off. I had no idea that she was so much older than me when I first met her because we just seemed so alike, I guess. So after a while of me speaking to her or talking to her about, well, obviously from the beginning, I already noticed that she talked weird. Like I didn't know if it was an accent or a speech impediment. So I was afraid to ask. So after we started to get to know each other a little bit more, I asked her like, what is that? Why you talk like that? And she was like, she from Germany. She told me she was from Germany. And I was like, damn, bitch, like that's so crazy. Like that's interesting, bitch. Tell me more. And that's when I get to hear about her story or why she is in the shelter. Now, what she told me was that she was from Germany. She met this American man online. They hit it off. They started dating. She came out here immediately to move with him. They got married, had kids. He started abusing her. All of it. The whole 9, like physical, all the physicals you can think of, mental, like all of that. And then he took her kids. When she tried to leave, he took her kids because she didn't have no money. And then left her with nothing. That was the story that I was told. At the time, it wasn't fishy, but after she started living with me, bitch, it got fishy. So like I said, we was in the shelter, and in the shelter, you only get a certain amount of time to be there, which was 8 weeks. My 8 weeks came up first because I guess I was there before her, and her 8 weeks came up after. So when my 8 weeks came up and I had to leave, I had nowhere to go. So I called the police. I told them, hey, me and my daughter are about to be put out this shelter. Can y'all help me? So they put us in a hotel that was not too far from the shelter. They put us in a hotel for 3 days and paid for it. After that 3 days, we had to pay for it ourselves. Now, during this time, Hannah's out date came. So she had nowhere to go. We were friends. I fucked with her. She fucked with me. So I told her to come to the hotel where I was at. At the time, was I thinking she was going to live there? No. Was I opposed to it? No, because I liked her. And in my mind, this is helping my baby. We became friends. My daughter really liked her. I could probably get a job. Da, da, da. Like, that's what's going through my head. Wheels are turning. So she came. She moved in. Things were not like I thought it was going to be. Immediately, I've always been Mrs. Money Moves. Even if I don't got a job, I've always been Mrs. Money Moves. Maybe one day I'll open up and tell y'all how I was Mrs. Money Moves. But as of right now, you just going to know I was Mrs. Money Moves. I always find a way to make some money come up out of nowhere. That's just how I was. But I figure, bitch, if you're going to be living here too, you're going to have to fit something. You're going to have to do something. So the first, few weeks, because in a hotel, you have to pay weekly. This was $500 a week. So the first few weeks, I had paid it by myself because I didn't know where she was going to get no money from. Then after a while, I had to tell her, bitch, you're going to have to come up with some money. So she found a way to contact her brother in Germany who was sending her money every night. Because,
it's morning for them and night for us. So she was getting money probably like 4 o'clock in the morning, some shit like that. So it was going well. She was getting her money, I was getting her money. It was no problem. So here's where the problem come in. Well, one of the problems. Problem number one. I didn't mention before, when we were in the shelter, she was going to see her kids that were taken from her on supervised visits every Wednesday. She was going for supervised visits every Wednesday to go see her kids that she had to pay for. She had to pay for the person to come watch. Now, that should have been a red flag on its own, because all the stuff that she was telling me, that he was the abuser, he did this, he did that, but you have supervised visits with your own kids that you shitted out. I don't know. That should have been a red flag. But fast forward back to when we were at the hotel, I just noticed a lot of things, like her just trying really hard. Like, maybe I was getting jealous. Like, she was just really involved in my daughter's life. Like, she was just trying so hard. Like, it was times where I would even notice my daughter getting irritated by, like, how, like, hands-on and how, like, in her face she was. Like, she was just always Nalani, just, like, always in her face. She'd be asking me, well, do you want me to take her here, or can I take her there, or can we do this? And, like, just trying to be places alone with my daughter. Just, like, always trying to take her places. It was just weird. So that led into me getting irritated by her. Once I started to get irritated by her, everything she did was just annoying. Her talking all the time was pissing me off. It's like she never stopped talking. She was the type of person to try to fill in the silence with stupid-ass questions. It started to give me, like, Ella Man vibes. Like, I would be on the phone talking to my friends, like, I don't know, like, I just feel like she trying to steal my daughter. Like, I don't know, it was just weird. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Her relationship with my daughter was pissing me off. Her steady fucking talking all the time was pissing me off. Then it came into her, like, drive. She just, like, refused to do anything. And it's so crazy, because I remember I used to be that 16-year-old living with all my cousins and all my aunties and shit, not doing nothing. I didn't understand how much it was blowing them. I started to motherfucking understand when I would get up in the morning at 8:30, take my daughter to school, then go back, while my daughter's at school, I'm on the computer trying to figure out ways to make some money, trying to figure out this, trying to figure out that. Like, I'm up being fucking productive. This bitch is still asleep on the floor on the fucking yoga mat and some blankets. I go to pick my daughter up at 3 o'clock, we come home, she's still on the floor, sleep. She didn't take the garbage out, she didn't cook, she ate. She didn't clean the bathroom. She didn't sweep. She didn't do any fucking thing that you would think somebody would do staying in your shit. I don't give a fuck if it wasn't my house, bitch. It's my hotel room. It's in my name. Then I just started to notice a lot of the little things that was just so inconsistent. Like, she stopped going to go see her kids, but made it seem like her abuser, her baby father, was abusive towards her and the kids, and that she was worried about the baby father being with the kids and not taking care of them, but you stop going to go see them. And you keep trying to, like... So the day of the final straw. Let's get to that day. It's fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm asleep. I have to take my daughter to fucking school in the morning. This bitch is up fiddling around with shit. She wakes me up because I hear stuff in the room. And I'm looking, and I turn. It's a fucking flashlight. She got her phone flashlight on, and she's steady flashing it. She on the side of my bed flashing the flashlight. I don't know what the fuck she looking for, but I'm trying to be quiet and just let it pass, but she keep fucking doing it. It's pissing me off. And it's like a buildup of everything that I'm already feeling about this bitch. I blew up. I'm like, why the fuck you got that flash in my face? You know we fucking sleep. We got stuff to do. I'm just going. I don't remember what I said. I'm just going off. She goes, you don't have to talk to me like that, Koya. I'm an adult. When she said that, bitch, I'm like, well, bitch, act like a fucking adult. You don't do this, but you got your ass up looking for something to go fucking smoke at 4 o'clock in the morning, and we got shit to do, and I was just going off. She kept talking about how she an adult, and I don't gotta talk to her like that. That was pissing me off. So I'm like, okay, yeah, bitch, you gotta go. I'm like, yeah, you gotta leave. In the morning, you gotta get your stuff, and you gotta get out of my hotel room. She left. And we got into a little argument about whose shit was whose when she left the hotel room, but that was that. I haven't really spoke to her since. That was a year ago. It's so crazy because I really did care about her, and I do sometimes still wonder what the fuck happened to her, but she fucking gone. And then 2 fucking days later is when I found that shit under my bathroom sink, and I went viral. I mean, 17.8 million views viral. If y'all want a story time on that, we can do it. That video is pinned. And I'm gonna start doing story time, so bitch, love y'all. So y'all wanted a story time on what happened under the sink in the hotel. I'm gonna give y'all a story time on that, but first I'm gonna answer some questions that y'all got from my last video. Okay, so this person said, you said you had to pay weekly, but the cops only paid 3 days. And then she followed up with a make it make sense. So I'm gonna make it make sense.
As I'm pretty sure I said in the last video, the shelter that I was in had an outdate. My outdate came, so I called the police. Calling the police when you have nowhere to go is not normal. So they told me, ma'am, we'll give you 3 days in a nearby hotel. After that, you on your own. So after that, I was on my own. Another big question was why? Why would I let her in my house? And I know in the caption of the video I said stranger. I had only known her for 2 months, so she's technically a stranger. But to me, I felt like we were friends, and I felt for her. I felt like we were two moms trying to get to the same place and we could help each other out. I was dumb. Now for what happened under the sink. 2 days after Hannah left, I went to the store. I got a couple drinks and I got on live on TikTok. I was sitting in my bathroom. I was on live, just chilling. Everything was fine. The next day, I got up, seen that I made a big ass mess in my bathroom, so I started cleaning up. Immediately once I got under the sink, I saw this. So as soon as I seen it, I went downstairs and I got the front desk attendant. She followed me up the stairs, and that's when I recorded her looking under the sink. After she looked under the sink, she told me that she would get somebody to come upstairs and cover it up. So I was like, well, what about the police? And she was like, well, there's no telling how long that's been there. And I was like, well, isn't that what the cameras are for? And she didn't say nothing. So I knew she wasn't going to do shit, so I called the police. The police came, and they basically made it clear that they said the same thing, verbatim. They don't know how long the ink's been there, and there was pretty much nothing they could do. So I also recorded the police coming and checking, and I posted all of it. I posted what I saw. I posted calling the attendant downstairs, and I also posted calling the police. And none of that worked, so everybody on my TikTok told me to call the FBI, so I did. Called the FBI, and at first nothing came of it, so I thought they didn't care. Then, like a day later, they came back to my apartment and had some questions for me. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe y'all actually came back. Like, I didn't think anybody cared about this. And they were like, well, it's our job. We have to come back. Then later in the conversation, they bring up my TikTok video. And they're like, well, we saw you made a TikTok video, so we got to make sure that everything about this is authentic and it's not being done for views. So then I immediately tried to take my camera out, but I have a video on my page. You can see it. My phone was acting stupid. But it became clear that they were more so checking in on me or what I was gaining from the situation, more so than trying to figure out, what happened to this girl or boy. So after that, I'm making my TikTok videos. I'm following up, answering questions, and then I get put out of the hotel. And the reasoning for putting me out of the hotel was they said it was against company policy to record somebody who works there. So I got put out. And at this point, me doing all this following up, I'm going to be honest, I was hoping to gain some money. I was broke. I could barely pay for the hotel that I was in. So me getting put out, it was crazy. But when I got put out, I had so much attention on my page that this lady, this angel from heaven, found me. I was living in Elgin. She found me, and she moved me to Wisconsin, and she got me an apartment. She helped me with so much shit, and my life is totally fucking different. But yeah, I feel like that's pretty much it on that. I do feel like that hotel has something to do with the shit, because they were trying so fucking hard to cover it up. They didn't want to help. They didn't want to do nothing. It was literally, I took a video. Y'all go back to the series or whatever. But I took a whole video of the camera outside of my door. There was a fucking camera directly outside my door. So how could y'all not even try? So stay up on them hotels. They be doing creepy shit. And I got so many more story times. Y'all asked me some questions in the comments about other shit that has story time to do with other shit, so I'm gonna do those. Why?
She let a whole stranger she barely knew from a shelter move into her space. I know she was trying to be a good sister and help another mama out, but you have to be so careful. People will have you thinking they're in the same boat as you while they're really trying to sink yours. And can we talk about Hannah? That lady was moving spiritually wrong. Being that obsessed with somebody else's child and then lurking around with a flashlight at 4 a.m.? No, ma'am. That's not just annoying, that's predatory behavior. When she said she found those drawings under the sink, my heart dropped. That is some deep, dark, Lifetime movie type of mess. What really gets me is how that hotel tried to gaslight her. You mean to tell me there's a camera right outside the door, but nobody knows nothing? They were definitely in on something, or just didn't want the liability. And for them to kick her out for recording, they just wanted her gone so she'd stop exposing the truth. I'm just so glad she got out of there. It really goes to show that sometimes you have to lose everything and hit rock bottom for God to move you where you're supposed to be. That angel from Wisconsin was right on time. I just hope she's keeping her circle tight and her intuition sharper from now on, because that was a close one. Okay, so she let a whole stranger she barely knew from a shelter move into her space. And I'm not even going to judge her for that, because when you're down bad and somebody seems like they understand your struggle, you want to believe in the good in people. I get it. But baby, this is exactly why you got to move different when you got a child involved. I don't care how nice somebody seem, how many tears they cry, or how much they say they understand. You cannot let just anybody around your baby. Period. And this Hannah woman, nah, she was on demon time from the jump. The way she was obsessed with that little girl, always wanting to watch her, always in their business, creeping around at 4 a.m. with a flashlight like she lost her mind, that's not maternal instinct. That's sick. That's predator behavior. And when she found them drawings under the sink of her daughter, I literally got chills. That woman was planning something, and it wasn't nothing good. Now the hotel, they make me just as sick as Hannah, honestly. You got cameras everywhere. You see everything that go on in that building. But all of a sudden, when she need help, can't nobody see nothing? They know what was happening. They either didn't care or they was too worried about getting sued to do the right thing. And then they got the nerve to kick her out for recording. They just wanted her to shut up and disappear so they ain't have to deal with the mess. That's foul on every level. But here's what I love about this story. God still showed up. She lost everything, hit rock bottom, was probably ready to give up. And then here come this angel from Wisconsin talking about, I'm going to help you get back on your feet. That's divine intervention, baby. That's God saying, I see you, I got you, and I'm moving you out of harm's way. Sometimes the worst moments in your life are just God closing doors that was never meant for you in the first place. I just pray she learned her lesson about who she let in her space and around her child. Because Hannah wasn't just weird, she was dangerous. Some women out here can't have kids or lost their kids, and instead of healing, they out here trying to steal somebody else's. That's a real thing, and we got to stop acting like it ain't. You see something off? You feel something ain't right? Trust that. Your gut don't lie, especially when it comes to your babies. And to any mama reading this, going through it, I know it's hard. I know you tired. I know you need help. I know you want community. But please, please be careful who you trust. Everybody that smile in your face ain't for you. Everybody that offer help don't got good intentions. Protect your peace, protect your child, and don't ever feel bad about keeping people at a distance until they prove themselves. Better safe than sorry, and better alone than in danger. Real talk.